Have you seen Tekken Blood Vengeance CGI movie? Yes, I have. An electronics store actually partnered with Bandai Namco in 2011 for a location test of Tag 2 here in Stockholm, which was a lot of fun, but also a one-off theater or cinema showing of Blood Vengeance. So we were a lot of tournament players and Tekken fans who were taken to the cinema to see that. You know, it was like a special sponsored thing by Bandai Namco, and I had some expectations.
Just
like,
remembered I
knew it was gonna be shit, but what I didn't realize was that the Tekken movie, Blood Vengeance, that on the poster had Jin and Kazuya and all of these guys I enjoy, turned out to be a movie about Xiaoyu, Panda, and Alisa. I mean, I was just taken aback, to say the least, and so was everyone else. Like, my buddies who played Tekken were like, is Jin coming soon, or like, what the fuck is going on? And then eventually we realized that the movie is actually about Alisa and Xiaoyu forming a friendship, and about a suicidal Japanese man with 10-pack abs that can lift a car, but feels that life is a burden. I can lift 10-pack abs. Playgirl model, but yeah, wants to kill himself because he wants to kill himself. That's the story. And then best part of the movie was naturally we saw a dub. We didn't see it in Japanese. Oh, what a drop! So the best part was making it to the end fight, and everyone was like, finally some goddamn action. And if you haven't seen this movie in English, I implore you to do so, because the dialogue in the end, when I don't know, it turns out this guy who wants to kill himself, who's super ripped, he's carrying some form of gene that makes him impossible, that makes him immortal. So what he does is he tries to kill himself all the time. He jumps from one building higher than the other, you know, and he never dies. So he's very puzzled. And then at the end, he rips off his shirt and he's like super buff, like super pecs, 10-pack abs. And everyone wants him, like Heihachi, Kazuya, Jin. And Jin's like, no, come with me. Is his name Shin or something? I don't remember. Come with me. And Shin actually says, and this is straight up like the line, no, Jin, you just want this body. That's literally what he says. And everyone in the cinema just exploded in laughter. Like, even the biggest nerds, you know, haven't laughed in 10 years because their life is basically 10 hours of code every day. They laughed as well. It was so cringe. It was so cringe. And I just slid down my chair, just like... Round 2. Fight. And Kazuya's voice was terrible. But good job, you know, making a movie about Tekken, and your main protagonist and antagonist, you know, don't feature them in the movie. Oh no, you know what they do? If you haven't seen this movie, at the very start of it, they show you Kazuya and Jin for literally like 30 seconds each, and then you're like, oh look, they're building up a conflict. And then they leave the story, and it's Alisa and Xiaoyu, and then for an end fight at the very end of the movie, Kazuya, Jin, and Heihachi just show up out of the blue. And usually in movie making 101, it's like, if you want to build up a conflict, you kind of have to show your villain and hero, you know, throughout the movie. You need to see them struggle, you know, and build up some sort of climax, but the climax in this movie is Shin showing his abs to Jin, making Jin come. And then basically Jin is so interested in getting Shin over to his headquarters for a talk that he's willing to fight Kazuya and Heihachi for Shin's body. But of course, Heihachi, as we all know, is OP. So Shin, who is immortal, remember, he survived a fall from 900 kilometers. He actually jumped from a spacecraft onto Earth. And he survived. But you know what happens when immortal Shin is grabbed by Heihachi? Heihachi lifts him up and says, "No!" And then he back breaks him, throws him over his knee, you know, Bane Batman style, and Shin dies.
Another one.
And Shin dies. And then the world's smallest violin starts playing for this character you know nothing about, but you're supposed to feel sorry because he's so pretty and he's got perfect abs. Because we don't have a story, so we're expecting you to feel now because it's a pretty guy. And that might work on a 12-year-old female.
Today I am going to touch some kid's raffle mouth.
There is no story in the movie whatsoever.
I just remembered I have to go. If you let me go, I'll give you a BJ.
And Shin dies, and then Xiaoyu is very sad. And another like cringe moment is when Kazuya turns into Devil Kazuya, showing the new design for Devil, which was horrible. I hated it. And how about Devil Jin? Have you seen the movie when Jin turns into Devil Jin? He looks like a lion, like you can't even recognize him. He's like a blue gargoyle lion. It's just so bad. And when they're fighting, you can't even tell who is who. I couldn't tell. Even in the game, they understood that we have to set them apart. One is purple, one is human skin tone. You know, we have to set them apart. There must be some form of contrast. Yeah, then they start fighting and Alisa goes in between them. Kazuya like punches her and then she's grounded somehow and he says, "This is not a fight for little girls." And then he stomps her and she explodes and you're like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Now honestly, I thought Blood Vengeance was so bad that I even hold the Hollywood movie, you know, the live action movie, I hold that one at a higher regard. Blood Vengeance is so fucking bad. You know, all they had to do for me to at least give it a 1 out of 10 instead of 0 out of 10 is just feature the characters we all want to see. Who wanted to see Xiaoyu? No, the best Tekken movie remains the anime from 1995. No, wait, 1997? 1997? That's still absolutely, by a mile, the best.